Dreamweaver's workspace is highly configurable. In this lesson I'm going to show you how you can rearrange the panels to suit your own workflow. I've simply opened a blank HTML page to make it easier to see the content of the panels. At the top right of my screen is a little menu which is called the Workspace switcher. In the Mac version it's in the same position by default, but if you've turned off the application frame it may have moved over to the left, or it might have disappeared completely. If you can't see the Workspace switcher, go to the Window menu and Workspace Layout, and this submenu here has exactly the same options as the Workspace switcher. In the version of Dreamweaver that I'm using, there are two workspaces, Compact and Expanded. They both display exactly the same panels. The only difference is that the expanded one, as you might expect, is wider, and the CSS Designer panel is converted into a two-column panel to make it easier to use. To close a panel group, you double-click the tab of whichever panel happens to be open. And to open, click once. You can resize panel groups both vertically and horizontally by moving your cursor over the edge until it turns into a double-headed arrow and then dragging. But some panels have a maximum or minimum width and height. To collapse the vertical panel groups to icons, click this tiny double chevron at the top right here, and that collapses them to icons. And if you want to free up even more space, you can drag the edge until the labels disappear. And to restore the labels, you need to drag out again. When the panels are in iconic mode, only one panel can be open at a time. So if I select Insert and then Files, the Insert panel closes, the Files panel opens. This time I select CSS Designer, that opens and the others close. As soon as you click back into the document window, the panel disappears. If you want the panels to stay open when you click back into the document window, right-click one of the icons and deselect the Auto Collapse Iconic Panels in the context menu, like that. I now open the Insert panel, click inside the document window, and it remains open. To restore the default behavior, right-click again and select Auto Collapse Iconic Panels, and now it disappears. To expand the panels again, click the double chevron, and it brings them back to the original size. The Insert panel is the most configurable. It's got this little menu at the top left which allows you to switch between different categories. By default, labels are displayed alongside each icon, but you can turn them off by opening that menu and selecting Hide Labels, and turn them back on by Show Labels. You can also convert the Insert panel into a tabbed toolbar by dragging its tab, dragging it away from the Files panel, then moving up towards the top of the screen until you see that blue bar, and then releasing. And it becomes a tabbed interface. But you can't use it as a toolbar anywhere else. As soon as you drag it away, it's converted back into a panel. To merge two panels into a single group, grab the top bar, drag over the other panel until you see a blue box, and release. And you can change the order of the tabs just by dragging. You can also open new panels by going to the Window menu and selecting a panel. I'll select the Assets panel, and it becomes a floating panel. Select yet another one, say the Snippets panel. Again, it's a floating panel. I can collapse it and expand it. I can also stack the two panels together by moving one underneath the other till I get that blue bar, releasing, and they become a joint pair. And I can then move it to the side till I get a blue bar, and then dock it to the side. Column on the left, the chevrons are on the left, so just click that to collapse to icons and expand. You can also dock vertical columns alongside each other, so if I drag this, move it along here until I get a blue line, there we go, release, they're now together. I can collapse that to icons and then collapse that to icon. So you've got a highly configurable workspace. And once you've decided that you like your new layout, you can go to the Workspace switcher, open it and select New Workspace. Give the workspace a name and click OK, and it then appears in the workspace switcher. I'm not going to keep this, so I'll just click cancel, and I want to get back to my original expanded workspace, so I go to the workspace switcher and there's reset expanded. The name that's displayed here is the name of the current workspace, so if you've created a workspace with your own name, it will say reset whatever your name is. But if I click reset expanded, I go back to the original expanded workspace layout. So as you've just seen, the Dreamweaver workspace is infinitely configurable. You can resize and regroup panels and make them float or dock them to the side of the screen. You can also turn the Insert panel into a tabbed toolbar.